The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Thanks for joining us, as always, here in FRC Media. And every Wednesday, we have the opportunity, when we can, to speak with the Mayor of Fall River, Mayor Paul Coogan, who joins us again this week. Mayor, how are you?
Doing okay, Keith. How are you?
Good. Actually, we like to talk about what we want to talk about, but I actually want to talk about weather. I mean, there may be a small event tomorrow and something maybe on Saturday. Is the Saturday one, as far as you know right now, a little more concerning? I'm sorry to put you on the spot on that.
No,
but
that's okay. I mean, I do keep an eye on it. Tomorrow, these things have been rolling almost on the same pattern, an inch or two of snow, and then it warms up a little bit. So I'm hearing that for tomorrow. We're going to start brining the hills about now to try to get ready for tomorrow. So it's not too bad on a slip and slide. But and Saturday seems like a similar type thing, a few inches of snow and then a change over. So, I mean, obviously the weather changes every day. Tomorrow morning looks like a sure thing for some snow, to sleet, to rain. So We'll keep an eye on it and do the best we can. We came out of the other day okay, and we'll keep grinding.
All right. First on the docket after the weather is you were at an event here at Bristol Community College on Monday where the Municipal Police Training Committee and Bristol Community College is using some state money to provide scholarships for potential police recruits who are interested to get into the police academy, but may not have the money to pay for their education and getting into the recruitment of police officers. How will this potentially be a boon and help Fall River with its shortfall needing police officers?
Well, this benefits a couple of ways. First of all, you can go to that police academy working with BCC and their recommendation without being affiliated with a city or a town. Usually we hire our policemen, then we send them to the academy. This way people will independently have the opportunity to go to an academy and then go to the town they want to work in. At the same time, it's lifts a little bit of financial burden off the city, but we'll have to get competitive with these towns to see if we can get the graduates. Traditionally, we instituted a program a couple of years ago to pay for the guys' equipment. And it's $5,000 to $7,000, whatever it is, to give them all their gear and everything to become a policeman in the city of Fall River if they committed to stay for 5 years. This program is a little bit different because it allows them to train without being affiliated with a city or a town. They're going to be affiliated with Bristol Community College, and then they go out and look for work.
Yeah. And, speaking with Chief Furtado, she says that'll be a help to Fall River because, as you said, the process is streamlined. So instead of the city having to do all the legwork, right, in this scenario, the college will be the sponsor, the police department here. And then when the recruits are done, then they can just apply to different communities. And it could shorten the time here in Fall River when the officers go from training to on the street, correct?
Correct. Well, when they graduate from the school, obviously with BCC's help, they're going to be able to go right into a car because they'll do their, it's like a mentor program we have with a policeman. But other than that, they're ready to go, which is great for the city of Fall River. Now we just got to compete with the towns that pay more and try to get our people out of that school and onto the working crews in the city of Fall River.
Yeah, I know Chief Furtado also said that, she could afford to have upwards of 40 officers still. That's how far down the city is in terms of retirements. Although the city's making headway, she says, there's less retirements now. So as the recruits come on, you're not also losing them on the back end. So that's important. All right, I want to shift gears. The Herald News this week had a story, things that we've talked about in the past about how the city is approaching distressed properties and getting involved in some cases, taking over some properties to either sell them off or convert them themselves to housing. I know that's something that you instituted when you came on board back in 2020. What's the progress of that? How's the city been making headway toward that?
We keep chugging along. Those properties that were listed in the Herald News article, they're all in different degrees of tax title. They're all in different degrees of workings. A couple of those, one of them I know on Rodman Street has been sold. So we're constantly pushing these properties to get them in the hands of somebody that will either renovate them, knock them down, build new. Uh, it, it's a blight on a neighborhood. We're doing a house right now on Thomas Street, and that's a very nice street right off of Pleasant. And this house was boarded up. There were junk cars in the garage, and there was junk everywhere. It was a real mess inside. We had to bring in a cleaning crew to literally, take out 6 40-yard bins of trash. And now it's going to be, we're going to bid it out and renovate it, and people aren't going to have to live next to an eyesore. There's a number of properties, those, especially those ones listed in the Herald News, that are in our sites that we want to see something happen. With that being said, I mean, I'm obviously out and about all the time in our city, and I see so many people taking pride in their property and putting a new porch on, new steps, windows, siding, paint job, and that's what makes you feel good. Because I know some houses that were complete eyesores. I'm thinking of the one up on County Street. I talked to a friend of mine that did that project. There's one behind Good Shepherd. There was one on the corner of Locust and Winter. And I mean, these are properties that the owners have taken the pride to bring them back, and it does reflect on the neighborhood. The more people take interest in their property, the more the property values in that neighborhood go up. The more people take interest in the properties that are butted. It's a cycle, and that article targeted 8 projects we're looking at right now to take some serious action on, and either get some cooperation from the owners or take them under our wing and get these things renovated so that they're no longer a blight on that neighborhood. And the more of those we can do, the better off the city will be.
Is probably one of the most difficult things, actually trying to communicate with the owners, right? They're probably absentee owners, most of them, if not all of them, right? They're not here in the city. They're not owner occupied, and just getting in touch with them. Is that probably one of the most difficult things, just to open up that line of communication?
Absolutely. Some of them, you have a bunch of heirs around a piece of property that aren't comfortable with selling it. One wants to keep it, 2 want to sell it, and it turns into a complete and utter chaotic event. Some have moved away, some have passed away. It's a mix of things, and it's trying to get in touch with someone that can say, I want to keep it and fix it. I need help. I want to sell it. Whatever they do, finally getting down to that person. Sometimes you can make headway, and sometimes these people are just so disconnected. It's amazing to me that people would let property just disintegrate in the city of Fall River now. It is of such value. Almost every single piece of property in the city can be sold at the right price. Someone will buy it. Someone will take interest in it, and we just need people to step forward and let us know how we can help.
Yeah. All right, Mayor, as always, thank you for your time. Short and sweet this week. We'll talk again next week. Take care.
All right, Keith. Thank you.
All right, and thank you for joining us here on FRC Media. Have a great week.